guys. It's Kino Der Toten.
Today we have finally gotten a bunch of new information regarding Season 2 for Black Ops Cold War, of which is releasing very soon in just over a week's time on February the 25th for most of the world. However, it's releasing at 11 PM Eastern Time on February the 24th. We have received a new teaser for the Outbreak Zombies mode, the Season 2 cinematic cutscene, and a close-up look at this head of a mimic zombie from Firebase Z. There's a lot of false information going around right now about Kino Der Toten, and also people saying that this is in fact DLC 2, even though it's literally just a new mode and isn't DLC 2. But before I get on with all of that, firstly I'm going to play the cutscene to recap you guys, and then I will break down the important details, so I'll see you in a second.
Rescue mission is full bar. Need immediate reinforcements. Falling back to LC.
Hold on, Rebus. We are inbound. Get us on the ground, now!
Copy that. Fucking hang on. Stitch, the rats are here. Adler secure and headed to you in Verdansk.
Good. Make them believe we care about the Nova 6 supply lines.
I have you visual. LC is hot. Light 'em up.
Goddamn loud.
It's go time! Get on the go! Don't get killed!
Camp's a few clicks east. They knew we were coming.
Fuck. Can't abort, or Adler's as good as dead.
He's one tough son of a bitch, but everyone's got a breaking point. Time's wasted, kids.
Let's move.
So first of all, we learn of a new operator called Naga, and he looks like an absolute badass. He's working with Stitch for Warsaw, and looks like a very rogue character, as teased on the note in Pine saying Naga is effing crazy. The whole cutscene takes place in Laos, Southeast Asia on April 19th, 1984. And from this teaser on Pines, it shows a new multiplayer map also set in Laos, codenamed Apocalypse, where we see this ancient temple in a jungle. So that must take place very close to where this cutscene is taking place. This guy is a savage, and he happens to be wearing a face mask, which is very fitting with the times we are living in right now, of which aesthetically is very similar to Ghost's mask. And we know from during Modern Warfare's life cycle that Joel Emsley said everyone who wears these ghost masks wears them for a reason, and it's something important that we will find out in the future. So I find it very interesting that Naga happens to be wearing a mask very similar to Ghost. Maybe this could actually be the backstory or the inspiration for why Ghost decided to wear the mask in this rebooted universe, since the Modern Warfare and Black Ops timeline are now intertwined and connected. The description for the season reads, "Get ready to descend into the heart of the Golden Triangle, which is the meeting point of Laos, Thailand, and also Myanmar, as Frank Woods and his team go on the hunt for Russell Adler, who went missing at the end of Season 1 after being captured by Stitch. But the strike team finds a new adversary in the form of Capona Naga Vang, Verdansk, so that's his full name, a ruthless trafficker of Nova 6. So we learn from this cutscene that Stitch isn't actually interested in Nova 6, and this seems to just be a diversion to distract Woods and co, and I wonder what his secret agenda could actually be. I'm guessing it's got something to do with zombies, because we also learn that Stitch has taken Adler to Verdansk. He's most likely taken him to the new Nuketown Gulag. As to the reason, I'm not entirely sure, but it does seem like some sort of zombies event is coming to Warzone soon, considering trial machines have been popping up all over the map in the Rumble playlist that say to activate zombies. So I'm guessing that this zombies mode / event in Warzone will be to coincide with this Outbreak Zombies mode coming to Black Ops Cold War. I'm not really sure what's going on or how any of this makes sense, especially when Verdansk is set in 2020/2021, and this cutscene takes place in 1984. Is Verdansk going to transition over to the Cold War version in Season 2? I don't really know how that could make any sense though, as we know that Verdansk was destroyed during the Cold War and was rebuilt after the Cold War, so the only thing that would be the same is the Gulag and the bunkers. I think that Naga is going to be the Season 2 Battle Pass operator, but we do also see two other operators, which are Reverse and also Wolf, of whom are both working for NATO. They will apparently be operator bundles in the store. I did make a video the other day going over all of the leaked data mined maps, weapons, operators and more from the files of the game that will be coming later on in Season 2 or in future seasons. If you want to check that out, it will be linked in this video's description, as there's a lot more specific information about Season 2 in there, and also these bundles. In addition, 2 new score streaks were shown in the trailer, that being the hand cannon that we can actually get a preview of as a side Easter egg in the campaign, and it will work like the Annihilator Specialist from Black Ops 3, and we also see the minigun. I'm not sure if we can confirm both will be coming in Season 2, to be honest, because the Season 1 marketing material showed the flamethrower, and for some weird reason it still hasn't released. So we know that at some point these score streaks will be coming to the game, and there's been a bunch of other leaked score streaks, we just don't know when they will specifically be releasing. The release schedule just seems really odd. The cutscene also showcases some brand new weapons, firstly the Galil. So in my other video I talked about how there were some faked photoshopped pictures of the Galil floating around on Twitter, and whilst they are still fake, surprisingly the Galil is indeed coming, but there's no correlation with that leak there, and lots of people will be very happy about this, as it's a classic favourite of many, and I personally love the Galil too. We then see the LC-10 SMG, and finally we get a look at the crossbow. So I'm assuming these 3 weapons will probably be in the Battle Pass. There has been a bunch of other leaked weapons and melee weapons, so they will probably be coming as challenges and bundles in the store during the mid-season, and we will probably see some in future seasons as well. Next up, in terms of zombies, Shrek posted this new teaser on Twitter with the caption, "Breach scale large, status 0% contained," and I have no idea what is going on here, but there's lots of people calling this DLC 2 when it isn't DLC 2. It's literally just a teaser for the new Outbreak mode. It has nothing to do with a new DLC map coming, it's literally just a new mode. And I'm seeing people say that this is Kino Der Toten when it isn't Kino Der Toten. We have people like confirmed plagiarist Mr. Dalek JD posting this. What on earth does this even mean? Kino Der Toten in the Ural Mountains? Huh? That doesn't even make any sense at all. I still can't believe how many videos Dalek has stolen from people. Literally a criminal offense. I know he's stolen literally hundreds from me personally, so I can only imagine how many he must have stolen from the community as a whole. And I think what's annoyed me the most in the past was before Black Ops 4 released, I posted a massive thread on Twitter about my theory that Richtofen would indeed die on Blood of the Dead, and that theory ended up being correct, and I was completely convinced back then, and the thread went semi-viral in the community, and people started spamming it literally everywhere without credit, and Dalek wasn't the only guilty culprit of this. Many others than him made videos about this with not a single bit of credit, they just copied my theory verbatim, and by the time I even got to make my own video, because mine was significantly longer than theirs, it was already too late, because all of these clowns had already ripped off my idea before I even had a chance to make my own video. And this has been going on for so long. In all honesty, Mr. Dalek JD's name is literally plagiarized from Doctor Who, so is this really a surprise to anyone? But yeah, I've kind of gone off on a big tangent here. It just kind of is frustrating to see stuff like this going on in the community. I just don't get how Dalek hasn't lost a huge audience and has never learned from his mistakes. He even started copying me and others soon after his apology video, so he clearly doesn't care at all. He even turns off replies whenever he tweets out a sponsor on Twitter because he knows that he gets spammed with people bringing up plagiarism on Twitter in his replies to literally every single tweet, so he turns off the replies whenever he tweets out a sponsor so that the sponsor won't find out about his theft. Anyways, we know that this teaser is definitely for the Euro Mountains Outbreak Mode played on the Fireteam maps from multiplayer, because the caption that Treg tweeted directly quotes this blackboard from Firebase C that reads as follows. Euro Mountains, USSR, 1st of November 1983, one of the first breaches to open after the activation of the Project End Station Cyclotron. Multiple breaches merging into one large super breach. Highly dangerous, enemy interest in this area is high, breach scale large, status 0% contained. So yeah, the caption and this message about the Euro Mountains on Firebase C are literally identical. This is the largest Dark Aether incursion zone and it's 0% contained, so the outbreak is out of control, and it seems like this mode is going to be a lot of fun. Apparently it's going to feature elite boss zombies, challenges, world events, maybe even the Order boss from Firebase C will make an appearance, and much more, as Omega and Requiem fire teams will race to close up Dark Aether rifts. So because it's the largest Dark Aether incursion zone and it's 0% contained, there's going to be zombies galore on the map. You will apparently be able to ride vehicles on the map too, the same ones that we have in Fireteam, and you'll be able to run over the zombies and stuff like that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, people are saying that this is Kino Der Toten because we see a chandelier in this teaser. I didn't know that Kino Der Toten features the only chandelier in the world. Kino Der Toten will be coming to Cold War Zombies at some point in the future within a Berlin DLC map, as it was leaked before release, and also in the menu of Cold War Zombies there's a TV screen with a red dot on it, and when you align this red dot on Google Maps it leads directly to the TV tower in Berlin that just so happens to be based directly outside of the Kino Der Toten theatre. But it has nothing to do with this outbreak mode. It seems like this teaser shows some sort of broken up church, that's what it looks like to me, and it doesn't resemble Kino Der Toten at all. We also see a large metal tower, and as you guys know from the leaks prior to release, this mode apparently features towers that will be used to close up these Dark Aether anomalies. So yeah, this isn't anything to do with Kino Der Toten, or at least I don't think so. It just seems like this building will be a part of this Euro Mountains map, and it might even be the central point for the Dark Aether incursion. We know in this outbreak mode that there's something called warping, as there's leaked challenges for it, so I'm guessing this is what we see in the trailer. Since this is the Dark Aether hotspot, either by random or you have to activate it, it seems like you will teleport to different areas of the map, kind of like a blimp, where you'll just sort of blimp in and out, or warping as they like to call it. I don't know exactly how this feature is going to work though, we will just have to wait and see until we get more information or we get to play the mode itself. But this will probably be used to transport to other areas of the map, because the map is so large. But thankfully there will be vehicles, so that'll help with transportation. I wonder what the map is going to look like, because it'll probably look quite different to the multiplayer version of the Euro Mountains, and it might feature a Dark Aether ring going around it similar to Firebase C, or maybe we could see more Dark Aether influence and corruption all over the map to give it a darker theme than the multiplayer versions, which are very bright and colourful, which doesn't exactly fit the zombies vibe. Lastly, Call of Duty posted this clip of a mimic on Firebase C with the caption, "I bet you're wondering how I got here." Lots of people are saying that this looks like Ultimus Richtofen, and I agree, it kind of does look strikingly similar, especially to the cut Ultimus Richtofen head that was going to be on Mob of the Dead. But we know from the memories of the mimics in the Firebase C Easter egg that Richtofen wasn't mentioned at all, so this probably isn't Richtofen. And multiple of the intel on Firebase C talks about different people who turned into mimics and their experiences, and there's no mention of Richtofen at all. We do know that these mimics are made up of multiple different heads and body parts, as everything in the Dark Aether is starting to merge and corrupt together and bleed together as one. It would be insane if it is indeed Richtofen though. Maybe the dead bodies from the campfire in the Tag Der Toten ending start to merge with other things in the Dark Aether, but like I said, I highly doubt it. Prior to the release of Firebase C, everyone assumed R was Richtofen, including me, and also the guy seen on the poster. Literally everyone was convinced that Richtofen was going to be back, and unfortunately it just turned out to be Ravenov. Obviously Eddie will be making an appearance in the future DLC, I just don't think this is it, unfortunately. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this isn't Richtofen. Maybe they're going to save Eddie as a plot twist or a surprise in the final DLC map. We will just have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.
So tell me, how did you survive
Being a confirmed plagiarist.